Chapter 5. Money for Revenge. Entering a gloomy, sleazy bar inside the Selim Hotel in Nankin City CBD, Eric Fitzgerald saw a hairy, greasy Greek bartender staring at him in absolute disgust. There was silence all around while all eyes focused on Eric Fitzgerald. "You live here and own many hotel rooms, charging ridiculous rent. Me, Fitzgerald, me suggest you leave before someone hurts you," the bartender demanded. Eric placed 10 paper-clipped $100 bills in front of the bartender. "I hired a bounty hunter today to take care of someone. I need assistance in finding more good help, if you can lead me in the right direction." Staring right into Eric's eyes, forcing him to blink and filling his eyes with fear, the bartender said, "You realize, mister, that me, Fitzgerald, I can help you find your hero, but I cannot protect you from those who financially suffered from your business operations." A very desperate man smashed his beer bottle against the bar, pointing the jagged glass toward Eric Fitzgerald. Nervously shaken, Eric desperately deflected the attention away from himself and toward the bartender. "Bartender, please. Here is me 10,000 moolah, if you can open me tab as an offer for me good people here to help themselves to as much of their, me, alcohol as they want. Enjoy more drinks, me friend, for me sorry your beer broke," Eric stated nervously, imitating the bartender as his teeth were chattering then grinding together. The silence was broken by loud manly cheering. "Sign a bar tab agreement, then I will tell you what you need to know." The bartender handed Eric a black pen. Fitzgerald signed a $10,000 tab while many hugged him, cheered him, and kissed his cheek. Eric cringed at the smell of alcohol as it slopped against his cheek. The bartender said, "Inside the men's toilets is me man, me real bounty hunter man. Speak to him before he comes out. Offer him a down payment, and obey his terms." "That's it?" Eric Fitzgerald grimaced. He was confused, expecting more information. "Tell him Roberto, me, bartender, sent you, and make sure you never say the name Trinity or Turner in any context. Now go to the toilet." Sniffling from the overpowering pungent smell of adult incontinence 70 feet away from the entrance to the toilets, Eric, once inside, noticed that one of the 4 cubicles was locked. "Good evening, sir. Roberto, me bartender, sent me to talk to you in privates." "I mean in private," Eric stuttered nervously. Loud farts ripped from the locked cubicle. Eric covered his nose while gasping for air. Stumbling to speak, he said, "Roberto, me bartender, sent me for business." Hearing a flushing toilet, Eric prepared for his introduction with a wrinkly frown. A male Caucasian with a crew cut who was taller and much wider than Troy Marino stepped out and looked down at Eric, holding out his dirty, skid-marked hand, ready to shake. A very soft, high-pitched voice said, "Major Brett Thorne. Olympic gold for wrestling, I excel in Russian sambo, jiu-jitsu, and judo. If you need someone to serve papers or arrest somebody, I am that man. Shake my hand and introduce yourself." Major Thorne pushed his dirty hand forward again. "When a military man tells you to shake his hand, you shake his hand." Eric closed his eyes tight as Major Thorne shook his hand firmly. "I need someone taken care of and for you to investigate another person." Noticing a brown skid mark on his pinky, Eric became very nervous, wiping poo against his pants leg. Tapping his shoulder, the major said, "That's okay, Eric Fitzgerald. A robot attacked your business. Now reports say you will be ruined because Mayor Jefferson has shut you down. Vote for Mayor Jefferson, or vote for Eric Fitzgerald. Run against him for mayor. That way no one can shut you down, not if you own the city." Stunned by Major Thorne's charisma, Eric looked curious. "Okay, so what can you do about that?" Major Thorne laughed. "Here are 3 bank account numbers. Put $1 million into each account. Once you have done this, I will show you results. Remember, money first, job second. How do I know you're even competent to kill a man? My son-in-law Troy knocked you out in the middle of the 3rd round." Major Thorne laughed. What is your girlfriend Maggie up to besides her date with Principal Childers? Have you even kissed your 19-year-old sweetheart? Why, she is less than half the age of your daughter. Blasphemy. You mean to say my special noblewoman Maggie has found herself another grandfather? Eric grimaced. Go home and transfer that money into these accounts, and then we can talk business. No more hiring or reporting. You lie low in your apartment where it is safe and allow me to handle things, Major Thorne demanded. Eric handed him another card. This is Janet Munson, famous internet blogger on social media. I have become a patron of her online videos, and they have helped me to expose the truth about what happened today. Janet shall expose the truth before the US government declares another hoax. Angrily replying, Major Thorne's voice suddenly deepened. You idiot. That blasted woman ruins lives. Keep her out of this from now on. Got it? Major Thorne covered Fitzgerald's mouth and whispered into his ear. Go home now, transfer the money, and lie low. I will talk business with you soon. Several drunk men ran into the toilets, keen to hug and kiss Eric. A very sad sight to see when three men share the same urinal. My country club has better standards. I am 6th generation and part of the 5 original founding families of Nankin City. Back at home in the corner penthouse of the Selham Hotel, Eric Fitzgerald poured a glass of bourbon mixed with lemon slices and pomegranates. Living in isolated luxury as Nankin City's wealthiest entrepreneur, he was tight with his excessive wealth, with no intentions of spending money on better security. Eric Fitzgerald did not realize that Dark Sparrow recently entered his apartment with a spare key, placing valuable jewels, gold, and electrical devices into her backpack. Moving silently and hiding in darkness, she pressed herself against his furniture and statues of him as she moved toward the storage room, searching for more items of value. Eric was busy transferring funds using internet banking. Into the 3 bank accounts that Major Thorne requested, he deposited $500,000 each, instead of the agreed $1 million per account. Dark Sparrow did not realize that someone else was inside Eric's apartment or know if the person covered in black knew she was there. In his lounge room sitting at the desk, Eric turned to his computer as it opened a social media post by Janet Munson. I did not even click this link, Eric snarled, slapping his flashy keyboard. The post read as follows. Deadbeat father stated he will seek revenge against Cyborg, donating $1,000 per month to my cause. I ask you, Fitzgerald, what about your daughter? Did you ever care that she was prom queen of her graduating class? Comments listed were very confrontational. Eric held in the power button, shutting his computer down. It took a moment to silence. His drink suddenly began to vibrate. Then it vibrated even harder until the glass splintered, without leaking a single drop. Suddenly Eric's computer screen, which had also cracked, repaired itself and showed a man wearing a red iron mask, who spoke through the screen. Irate, the man said, one final chance to make life right before your worst fear comes after you. So many lives financially ruined, and karma has yet to come around. So, what will it be, Fitzgerald? Live a good life or stay as you are. Eric Fitzgerald shouted irately at his computer screen. Stop this now or I will stick $1 million bounty on your head. Zonal Giovanni may be dead, but someone else will kill for that kind of money. The computer monitor screen splintered as an invisible force grabbed Eric, launching him into the ceiling. Pressing against the ceiling, the force stopped. Falling hard on his coccyx, Eric screamed. The dark figure was wearing a purple iron mask and clapping his hands together as a purple portal opened, gyrating counterclockwise. A blue ghostly woman levitated through. Electricity sparked from her body as she grinned, her glowing green eyes gazing into Fitzgerald's eyes. She has no feet. Ghosts don't scare me. Eric made a poor show that he was confident. Gliding in closer, the woman feverishly shrieked, "Look around." Eric screamed when he suddenly saw several ghostly heads all around him, speaking to him. How could you not report my death when you locked me in the freezer over the Christmas weekend? You skipped payments, pushing me into financial ruin and suicide. You forced me to do heavy lifting while pregnant. At least Marcus cared for the staff. Thankfully Marcus spoke up against you for holding us hostage to the job. Eric ran inside the storage room while Dark Sparrow hid behind a filing cabinet. Once Eric opened the storeroom door, the ghost reappeared. She dislocated her bottom jaw and started screaming in his face. Turning and running away, Eric was slammed against the hallway by telekinetic psionic energy. He began running through his apartment, trying not to look back. Dark Sparrow shined her ultraviolet light into the space where the ghost was and noticed a blue residue. Switching to regular flashlight, she saw only grey carpet. What the hell? Eric hid inside his kitchen closet, only to find the ghost kissing his pruned lips. Hugging the female ghost, Eric cried, "Love me for eternity with your sugar-filled lips." Surrendering to her ghostly charms, he was desperate to exchange saliva with her. Dark Sparrow noticed the person in black slightly wave a hand while walking by, instantly repairing the monitor. The dark figure wearing a purple iron mask gazed into Eric's eyes as a blinding blue light illuminated the apartment. Eric yelled, "It's you." Suddenly psionic energy twisted Eric's neck as he collapsed lifelessly. The ghost formally bowed as a purple portal opened and gyrated clockwise, taking her away. The dark figure wearing a purple iron mask whispered, waving its hands vigorously, which opened a red portal that gyrated clockwise. Walking through its black hole, the figure was sucked through, never again to be seen. Dark Sparrow shined her torch through, unable to figure out who that was. "I am looking for a fit male between 6 feet and 6 feet 3 inches, anywhere from 170 pounds to 190 pounds. Damn, Fitzgerald is dead, so I won't get paid for my side agreement." Shining her ultraviolet torch, she continued to investigate the apartment, finding small amounts of blue residue. There was some red residue where the red portal was and a small amount near the monitor. Slime, red and blue slime. Barely leaving a trace of supernatural energy. What exactly am I dealing with? What did that person want with Fitzgerald's body? Why am I talking to myself? Investigating throughout the apartment, she collected 10 liters of blue slime and barely 10 milliliters of red. I guess that interviewing the crazies has come to reveal something more than what we know on Earth. Supernatural phenomena really wanted Fitzgerald to suffer. I must go investigate the Golden Sun Country Club with my ultraviolet torch while the site is still hot. If the cyborg left slime behind, then maybe there is a connection to what I have seen here today left by the man wearing a purple iron mask.